A lot of people ask me what the fuck I've been at the last few years. Shit, I don't know. But I do know. I'm back now. Here comes the rain and thunder now.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm making this video to voice my opinion on the issue of exotic pet ownership, and I'd like you all to meet Trooper. He is my brother's severe macaw. He's staying with me for a while. Oh, you said hello. Say hello again? And I'll first start by saying, when it comes to large, dangerous animals like tigers, lions, bears, leopards, hyenas, chimps, those kinds of animals, I'm going to say those should absolutely not be kept as pets. Because they are large, dangerous, wild, and unpredictable animals. They have instincts that need to be satisfied that aren't going to be met in a domestic environment. So, one day they're going to break out of their enclosures, or they're going to break out of your house, break out of your yard, and they're going to hurt someone. And this is what annoys me about people who say, oh, if you think exotic pet ownership is wrong, don't own it. Fuck you, okay? You're putting other people in danger, and the animal is going to have to be put down just for satisfying, or just for following its instincts, also you could satisfy your ego. Oh, and as a little side note, something I find ironic and in a weird way funny is the dichotomy in terms of the way we view chimps versus gorillas. Because a lot of people view chimps as these happy, cute, playful animals, while viewing gorillas as these big, powerful, violent, and aggressive animals. But in reality, it's flipped in many ways because, well, yes, gorillas are indeed much more powerful than a chimpanzee, but they're comparatively much more docile. Chimps they're very curious, they're very destructive animals. Usually, or quite often when there's like a lone chimp or sometimes even a human walking through the forest, there'll be coordinated chimp maulings where groups of males come out and basically rip them to shreds and kill them. Meanwhile, gorillas, they spend most of their time lounging with their family groups. They tend to be very shy. They virtually never attack unprovoked, and even when provoked, they'll usually issue a threat display before attacking. So, in reality, chimps are far more dangerous than gorillas. Also, owning exotic pets isn't just a human safety hazard, it's an environmental safety hazard because they can get loose and become invasive. They start reproducing, and you have a situation like the one in the Everglades with the Burmese pythons. But I think it's a bit different when it comes to owning animals that are not necessarily dangerous, like this guy. But I still think people should be very mindful when they go, because I don't think owning parrots should be outlawed. Because I know a lot of people say it's unethical to keep them from their natural environment, but if, because they're pretty intelligent. I'll start off by saying that. I mean, certainly more so than a dog. And to me, they actually seem a lot more human-like than dogs do. I mean, the similarities aren't so subtle because dogs, being mammals, convey emotions in sometimes similar ways that we would, while macaws very rarely do that. So it's easier to see initially the similarities between a human and a dog, but once you get to realize what the emotional cues mean, it becomes pretty evident you're dealing with a pretty intelligent animal. But being intelligent animals, They need a lot of stimulation. They need a lot of attention. They're a big commitment. I mean, it's not like you're just going to lock them in a cage and then leave them alone and just feed them and give them water. No, that's not going to work. They're going to be screaming their lungs out. Eventually, they're going to find a way to break out of their cage. This guy has actually done that several times. And even though they're not dangerous, they can be very destructive. They'll chew on furniture. And just, they're not really doing it out of vengeance. It's just because they're frustrated. But I still say that if you can give a macaw the time and attention that they need, or some other kind of really intelligent parrot, then I say go for it. But if you're not, then don't get it. And before you actually decide to get one, do a lot of research. Make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Talk to other macaw owners. And again, no two macaws are going to be alike. This guy's... he makes that noise a lot when other people talk. So know that you can't really have a specific expectation. You have to have a lot of wiggle room when you get them. Some people will say it's unethical to keep them out of their natural habitats, but that's not really a morally defensible point if and only if the animal is as happy in a domestic environment as it would be in a wild environment. And, well, for some reason this guy just doesn't like flying. I don't know how long he'd last in the wild. And he gets scared when we take him outside. Now, you could argue that that's an effect of being raised in captivity, but I still say as long as he's as happy as he would be in the wild, then it's okay to keep macaws in that kind of situation. Although, again, there is a kind of a gray area, because how happy are they in the wild versus how happy are they in a domestic environment? Who knows? So you just gotta make sure they live a good life if you're gonna get a macaw.
I disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground.